Web privacy is evolving from a mere legal obligation to a critical business necessity. As of May 26, 2025, a new guide for Chief Information Security Officers, CISOs, highlights the importance of ongoing validation of web privacy practices, emphasizing that organizations must ensure their privacy claims align with actual user experiences. The guide points out a significant issue. Many top US websites continue to drop advertising cookies even when users have opted out. This contradiction not only risks compliance failures but also undermines user trust and can lead to reputational damage. It's clear that a proactive approach to web privacy is essential in today's landscape. In this video, we'll delve into the key insights from the CISO's guide, exploring the shift from traditional privacy programs to continuous validation practices. We'll also discuss the implications of failing to adapt in a rapidly changing regulatory environment. If you find this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. Key events and web privacy challenges. As organizations navigate the complexities of web privacy, a critical shift is occurring in how privacy validation is approached. The CISO's guide underscores that traditional privacy practices, often characterized by static audits and cookie banners, are proving inadequate in today's fast-paced digital environment. Instead, a proactive strategy that emphasizes continuous monitoring is becoming essential. This shift is not merely a response to regulatory pressures. It reflects a broader recognition of the changing expectations of users. With 70% of top US websites still dropping advertising cookies despite user opt-outs, the gap between privacy claims and actual practices is widening. This discrepancy can lead to severe repercussions, including compliance failures and a loss of consumer trust. In response to these challenges, the guide advocates for the integration of advanced privacy validation tools. These tools facilitate continuous data mapping, policy matching, and instant alerts, allowing organizations to align their real-world activities with declared privacy policies. By adopting automated workflows, companies can significantly reduce the manual effort involved in privacy compliance, thereby freeing up resources for more strategic initiatives. The consequences of inaction are stark, as illustrated by the case of a global retailer that faced a €4.5 million fine due to an undetected third-party script. Such incidents highlight the urgent need for organizations to embrace continuous validation, not just as a compliance measure but as a safeguard against reputational damage and legal challenges. Furthermore, with the impending introduction of stricter regulations like the EU AI Act and New Hampshire's NHPA, organizations that proactively implement comprehensive privacy validation frameworks will be better positioned to navigate these evolving requirements. This proactive stance not only mitigates risks associated with data breaches but also enhances overall organizational resilience in a landscape where privacy expectations are rapidly escalating. In conclusion, the imperative for continuous web privacy validation is clear. Organizations must act now to ensure their privacy practices are not only compliant but also trustworthy in the eyes of their users. By doing so, they can avoid the pitfalls of outdated privacy strategies and build a foundation of trust that is crucial for long-term success in the digital age. As organizations grapple with the consequences of inadequate privacy measures, the implications extend far beyond regulatory compliance. A reactive approach to privacy can lead to significant operational inefficiencies. When companies depend on periodic audits, they risk overlooking new vulnerabilities that can emerge at any moment. This not only increases the likelihood of data breaches but also hampers the organization's ability to adapt to evolving privacy regulations and user expectations. Moreover, the reputational damage resulting from privacy failures can be profound. Users are becoming increasingly aware of their rights, and any misalignment between privacy claims and actual practices can lead to a loss of trust. This erosion of confidence can have lasting effects on customer loyalty and brand perception. In a competitive marketplace, a single incident can tarnish an organization's reputation and diminish its market share. The financial repercussions of inadequate privacy measures can also be severe. Beyond potential fines from regulatory bodies, businesses may face lawsuits from consumers whose data has been mishandled. These legal challenges can result in costly settlements, further straining resources. Additionally, the costs associated with damage control, such as public relations campaigns aimed at restoring trust, can be substantial. In sectors such as healthcare and finance, the stakes are even higher. Organizations in these industries are under strict scrutiny and must adhere to stringent regulations like HIPAA and GDPR. A failure to implement proactive privacy measures not only jeopardizes compliance but can also compromise sensitive patient and financial data, leading to catastrophic consequences. Implementing continuous web privacy validation is not just a safeguard, it is a strategic imperative. Organizations that adopt a proactive stance will not only mitigate risks but also position themselves as leaders in privacy compliance. By integrating real-time monitoring and validation into their operations, they can swiftly address vulnerabilities, ensuring that privacy practices remain aligned with user expectations and regulatory demands. This proactive approach fosters a culture of accountability and transparency, essential for building trust in an increasingly privacy-conscious world. In a landscape where web privacy compliance is increasingly scrutinized, the future hinges on a proactive validation approach that addresses emerging challenges head-on. As organizations adapt to new regulations, the emphasis on continuous monitoring is becoming paramount. This shift not only helps in identifying potential risks but also reinforces a culture of accountability within organizations. The CISO's guide underscores that traditional methods, such as static audits and cookie banners, are no longer sufficient. Instead, a dynamic model that incorporates automated tools for real-time monitoring can significantly enhance compliance efforts. This model allows organizations to detect unauthorized data collection or broken consent mechanisms almost instantaneously, thereby minimizing the risk of regulatory penalties and reputational harm. Moreover, the transition to continuous validation is not merely a technical upgrade. It represents a fundamental change in how organizations perceive privacy. By integrating privacy validation into everyday operations, companies can ensure that their privacy practices are not just theoretical but are actively safeguarding user data. This alignment between stated policies and actual practices fosters user trust, which is invaluable in today's data-driven economy. The guide also highlights the competitive advantage gained by early adopters of continuous validation strategies. Organizations that implement these proactive measures can navigate the evolving regulatory landscape with agility, positioning themselves favorably against competitors who may be slower to adapt. As regulations tighten, the ability to demonstrate compliance through ongoing validation will be a key differentiator in maintaining user confidence and loyalty. In conclusion, the future of web privacy compliance is set to be defined by organizations that embrace continuous validation as a core component of their privacy strategies. This proactive stance not only mitigates risks but also enhances overall business resilience in an increasingly complex digital environment. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.